Welcome to my YouTube channel, InfiniteSource. Unlocking the power of knowledge and wisdom. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel.
Building meaningful connections. The key to conscious happiness. In this video, we explore the importance of connection in achieving conscious happiness. Building and maintaining meaningful connections with others can bring a sense of fulfillment and happiness to our lives. Whether it's through spending time with loved ones, connecting with colleagues or acquaintances, or engaging in community activities, connection plays a vital role in our overall well-being. We'll delve into the ways in which connection can help us cultivate a greater sense of purpose and meaning in our lives, and explore the challenges that can sometimes arise when building and maintaining relationships. By practicing empathy, active listening, and other relationship-building skills, we can deepen our connections with others and experience greater levels of conscious happiness and fulfillment. Join us on this journey towards greater connection and conscious happiness, and discover the joy and meaning that can come from building and maintaining meaningful relationships with others. Conscious happiness is more than just temporary pleasure or contentment. It's a state of being that involves a deep sense of fulfillment, purpose, and inner peace. Achieving conscious happiness requires us to cultivate self-awareness, mindfulness, and compassion towards ourselves and others, and to make intentional choices that support our well-being and personal growth. When we prioritize conscious happiness, we not only experience greater levels of joy and fulfillment in our lives, but we also contribute positively to the world around us. We become more empathetic, compassionate, and resilient, and we are better equipped to handle life's challenges and setbacks. Furthermore, conscious happiness allows us to connect more deeply with others and build meaningful relationships that bring us a sense of belonging and purpose. We are able to appreciate the beauty and abundance of life, and to find meaning and purpose in our everyday experiences. In short, achieving conscious happiness is essential for our overall well-being and personal growth. By prioritizing self-care, mindfulness, and compassion, we can cultivate a deeper sense of joy, fulfillment, and inner peace, and contribute positively to the world around us. Here is the real story of Emily that illustrates the importance of achieving conscious happiness. Emily had always felt a deep sense of loneliness, even though she had plenty of friends and family in her life. She struggled with depression and anxiety, and she often found herself withdrawing from others in order to protect herself from getting hurt. But one day, Emily decided to take a different approach. She began to focus on building deeper connections with the people in her life, and she made a commitment to be more vulnerable and authentic in her relationships. At first, it was difficult for Emily to open up and share her feelings with others. But as she began to practice mindfulness and self-compassion, she found that she was able to connect more deeply with those around her. She started attending local meetups and events related to her interests, and she found a community of like-minded people who shared her passions and values. She also reached out to friends and family members and began to have more meaningful conversations with them. As Emily continued to cultivate these connections, she found that her sense of loneliness began to dissipate. She felt a greater sense of belonging and purpose, and she realized that she was not alone in her struggles. Through her connections with others, Emily was able to achieve a sense of conscious happiness that she had never thought was possible. She found joy and fulfillment in her relationships, and she realized that her life had a deeper meaning and purpose than she had ever imagined. Today, Emily continues to prioritize her connections with others, and she encourages others to do the same. Through her journey towards conscious happiness, she has discovered the transformative power of building meaningful relationships and connecting with others on a deeper level. Identify your values. Before you start building connections with others, it's important to understand your own values and priorities. This will help you to find people who share similar values and interests. Be open to new experiences. Building connections often involves stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying new things. Be open to new experiences and opportunities, and be willing to take risks and try new things. Practice active listening. When building connections with others, it's important to be an active listener. This means giving your full attention to the person you are talking to, and really hearing what they have to say. Show empathy and compassion. Building connections is about more than just having fun and sharing common interests. It's also about showing empathy and compassion towards others, and being willing to support them through difficult times. Be vulnerable and authentic. In order to build deep and meaningful connections with others, it's important to be vulnerable and authentic. Share your own experiences and feelings, and be willing to open up and be vulnerable with others. Cultivate gratitude. Building connections with others can bring a sense of gratitude and appreciation to our lives. Take time to express gratitude for the people in your life, and show appreciation for the connections you have built. Prioritize quality over quantity. When building connections, it's important to prioritize quality over quantity. Focus on building deep, meaningful relationships with a few people, rather than trying to maintain superficial connections with many. Invest time and energy. Building connections takes time and energy. Invest in the relationships that are important to you, and be willing to put in the effort to maintain those connections over time. By following these steps, you can build meaningful connections with others that can bring a sense of fulfillment and happiness to your life, and contribute to your overall sense of conscious happiness. I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you who have encouraged me to create videos on conscious happiness. Your support and encouragement have been instrumental in inspiring me to share my thoughts and ideas on how we can all achieve greater happiness and fulfillment in our lives. I truly believe that by working together to cultivate mindfulness, self-care, connection, and other key elements of conscious happiness, we can all lead happier and more fulfilling lives. Thank you for being a part of this journey, and for inspiring me to continue sharing my message of hope and positivity with the world. In conclusion, building and maintaining meaningful connections with others is an essential element of achieving conscious happiness. By prioritizing relationships, being vulnerable and authentic, practicing active listening and empathy, and cultivating gratitude, we can create deep and meaningful connections that bring a sense of fulfillment and happiness to our lives. By investing time and energy in building these connections, we can create a supportive and nurturing community that helps us to weather life's challenges and celebrate its joys. By prioritizing connection as a key factor in achieving conscious happiness, we can build a happier, more fulfilling life for ourselves and those around us.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel.